Someone said something about you today. Maybe it was a comment under a video. Maybe it was just a look from a stranger on the street. And yet, something happened inside your chest. A tightening, a flush of heat, a thought you couldn't shake for hours. You didn't know that person. Their opinion had zero real consequence, and still your body responded as if something dangerous had entered the room. That reaction is not weakness. It is one of the oldest survival mechanisms your species ever built. Here is what is actually happening inside you. Your brain does not process social rejection in the abstract. It processes it the same way it processes physical pain. This is not a metaphor. In 2003, psychologist Naomi Eisenberger at UCLA scanned the brains of people who were excluded from a simple online ball-tossing game. The region that lit up, the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, was the exact same region that fires when you burn your hand on a stove. The brain treats being left out the same way it treats being physically hurt. Because for most of human history, those two things were the same. Your ancestors did not survive alone. They needed the group to hunt, to gather, to protect the young. If the group turned against you, if you were cast out or ignored, you didn't just feel bad. You died. Rejection was not a social inconvenience. It was a death sentence. So your brain built an alarm. A system that runs in the background at all times, scanning every interaction, every glance, every pause before someone replies to you. The moment it detects a signal that the group might be pulling away, it fires. Researcher Mark Leary at Duke University calls this the sociometer, an internal gauge that constantly tracks your perceived value in the eyes of others. This gauge does not care whether the other person is your closest friend or a stranger in a comment section. It reads all social signals with the same urgency. And a drop in that gauge triggers a cascade of cortisol and stress hormones every single time. This is why you can receive 40 compliments and 1 criticism and spend the rest of the day replaying the criticism. Your brain is not broken. It is doing exactly what it was designed to do. Negative social signals get priority. In a world where one enemy in the group could get you killed, that prioritization kept you alive. The problem is, the world changed. Psychologist Roy Baumeister argues that the need to belong is as fundamental as hunger or thirst. But you no longer live in a band of 50 people on a savanna. You live among billions of strangers who will never affect your food, your shelter, or your safety. The alarm, however, cannot tell the difference. Evolution moves on a timescale of thousands of years. The internet has existed for decades, so the alarm fires anyway. And here is the part that makes it even stranger. The pain is often triggered before anything actually happens. Your brain is predictive. It simulates rejection in advance, rehearsing conversations, replaying arguments at 2 a.m, tensing before you post something publicly. It is bracing for a threat that may arrive arrive. That's not irrational. It was wise. The humans who felt none of this, who ignored social signals entirely, were more likely to be exiled. They were less likely to survive. Their genes are not your genes. Your sensitivity to others' opinions is a direct inheritance from ancestors who survived because they took it seriously. But you are not on the savannah anymore. When the tightening comes, when a stranger's words land somewhere in your chest, you now know exactly what that is. It is an ancient circuit, doing an ancient job in a world it was never built for. The discomfort is real. The danger is not. You feel a stranger's opinion in your chest. because your ancestors felt the tribe's judgment in their bones. The sensation is identical. The stakes are completely different, and that distinction is worth remembering the next time the alarm goes off.